Hi, I'm Josh Krupp. Welcome to the Pioneer Spotlight, where each week we feature a Point Park Pioneer athlete, team, or coach. This week in the Center for Media Innovation studios, we're joined by senior women's basketball player Jania McPhatter. Jania, thanks so much for coming on.
Thanks for having me.
So first off, let's talk about this team so far and where the women's team is at so far this year. Last weekend, a nice 1-1 split this weekend with a couple conference games coming up. Catch us up on the women's basketball team and where you guys are right now.
Well, right now we are getting back into the groove. We were on the road for a couple of weekends, back-to-back games to Kentucky and Indiana. So kind of took a toll on us, but we're trying to get back together and get back on board and try to get some wins and make a playoff run.
And last weekend you had a career high day. You scored 33 points in a big conference win. What was feeling right for you that day whenever it seemed like you were hitting almost everything that you put up?
Well, we talked to the girls before in the locker room and kind of had a pep talk. And I think it kind of like got us going a little bit, and I think it got me going too. And I was just putting the ball in the hoop and doing what I could.
In your freshman year, you started off at La Roche College, and then you came to Point Park your sophomore year. And Tony Grenick, the head coach of the women's team, recruited you to come here your freshman year, I believe, but you didn't go right away. What made you go to La Roche, and then what made you eventually come to Point Park?
I think it had to do with being downtown. I wasn't too sure about how I felt like being in the inner city. I didn't think it was a good fit for me. And then my coach at La Roche had a great impact on recruiting me there. And I think that kind of like swayed my decision.
Have you liked it so far here?
I love it here. Best decision I've ever made to come here.
And a few weeks ago, you became one of only a handful of players in this program's history to score 1,000 points. Did you know that you were close going into that game?
I knew that I was close earlier in the season, but like I didn't think I was anywhere near it at that time, so I had no idea.
So it was a nice surprise afterwards.
It was, yes. It was a nice surprise.
And moving forward with this team this year, you're pretty much a leader of this team on and off the court. I think a majority of the players, if not all of the players, would say. How do you step up and step into that leadership role day in and day out to push the girls to really bring the best out of them?
I feel like after being here for so long, and you got to remember that I did coach last year too, so I think I kind of fell naturally into that leadership role, and the girls kind of, they look up to me a little bit, so it was kind of easy just to fall right back into things and still be able to be a leader.
And let's talk about that coaching experience for a while. You had to unfortunately sit out because of a knee injury.
Right.
And you got that assistant coaching experience. What was it like being on the bench instead of being on the floor?
It was great. I mean, you saw, like, I was able to see things that I never knew that, like, while you're on the court, you don't realize are happening. You get a different outlook of the game, and you see things through a different standpoint. So it's really nice to be able to sit back and watch and, like, really think about the game.
And it wasn't your first season that you had to sit out either. How tough was it to sit out for 2 full seasons, and how do you keep bouncing back from these injuries?
I don't know how, but it's just like perseverance. Like you just gotta make up your mind and, you know, get through the therapy and sitting out for 2 seasons, you know, that's kind of hard to just sit back and watch and not be able to do anything or help. But like you find ways to still contribute, whether it's like helping someone out or being able to talk to someone or working with someone after practice. Like you're still able to do things and still be around and make an impact.
Talk about this coaching staff of yours. April Austin, the assistant coach, she played for a while for the Point Park team. And Tony Grenick, the head coach who helped recruit you into here. How have they been mentors and role models to you, and you also got to work alongside them? So how has that been working with them and then working for them?
It's really great. I mean, Coach is definitely, head coach Grenick, he's definitely a great person. I look at him as family. And April, I played with her my first year here too. So it was like we already built that friendship and was able to like push each other and, you know, be able to have a good relationship on the court, like, and be able to be there for each other and coach. And it's just like we all have this bond and we're kind of like a big family.
After basketball, after you're done at Point Park, what are your plans? Pre-med major here at Point Park and for your undergrad. What are you doing right now at school, and what are your plans after you graduate?
So right now I'm getting my MBA with a concentration in health systems management, but I'm looking to apply to med school this year, so ready for that.
That'll be an exciting challenge moving forward, and there's not going to be anybody bumping you around, Elmo, I
I
guess, in high school.
know. Still pretty tough though, huh?
So moving forward, the last few games of the season, how does the women's basketball team approach this? You're very close to getting into the playoff spot right now with the 4th seed. How do you maintain that 4th spot and get into the River States Conference tournament to hopefully make a push?
We just have to play to the best of our ability and believe in each other and really push each other, because I honestly feel that we can make a playoff run. So if we just keep our heads up and stay focused, I think we can definitely do it.
You can check out the Point Park women's basketball team in action this Friday and Saturday. They tip off Friday night at 5:30 and Saturday at noon. Be sure to follow us on Twitter at Point Park Sports for all the latest news about the Pioneer Athletics. Jadea McPhatter, thank you for coming on to the Pioneer Spotlight.
Thank you.